What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Offroad Outlaws, and what I'm going to do today is something quite different from the usual. Usually I just kind of take vehicles and put them into MudRunner. Today I'm going to take the Jeep Wagoneer, and we're going to build it up like mine that I have in MudRunner. And we're going to attempt to make the tune kind of like it as well, if we can. So I'm going to go ahead and go start out by fully upgrading it in the, upgrades here. As far as all of the engine power and everything. It's going to keep a, stock motor in it. It's not getting a diesel swap. And I'm going to put a blower on it because even in MudRunner, my motor model, I did put a blower on the motor model. So we're going to do that. Alrighty then, now that I have it fully upgraded with the blower, we're going to go out here and we're going to start working on the visuals of it. Now, mine in MudRunner, I really didn't do anything crazy to it other than, it has the stock roof rack. Obviously, the one here in Offroad Outlaws has no roof rack, and I clicked on the wrong button. But we're going to go in here and we're going to just kind of put some rims and tires on it, close to that of what I put in MudRunner. Literally, this is just going to be my MudRunner vehicle. Now, I mean, the one I have is literally stock in-game. Like, the only thing is it has, like, the slight lift like this already has on it. So we're not going to be doing too crazy amount of stuff to the tune on this. But we are going to make it light gray, or, well, not really light gray, but a darker gray. Leave it flat. And then for the rims, I believe we have some nice little bead locks, don't we? Or no, we don't have the actual bead locks on it, but we do have a style rim, like what I have, so I think we're just going to go with that one. It's the closest thing to what I have in MudRunner. And of course, we'll go ahead and make these rims black. And as far as tires, we're just going to leave the stock tires on it because in MudRunner, I put some, I believe I used my Dynapro MTs on it in MudRunner. So we'll leave these stock tires on it because there's really, like, I mean, unless I just went grip-wise with those on it, there's not really any other tires in the game that would, I mean, honestly, there's no tires in the game that are close to it. So that's pretty much all we need to do because we can't do the back glass, where I put the Offroad Outlaws logo, my buddy Clint HD Gaming's logo, my logo on there, and stuff like that. So all we have to do now is just tune it, tune up the gears and stuff like that. So as far as the tuning on the suspension goes, I'm not going to do a whole crazy lot other than we're just going to bring the damping up. And mine is a little stiffer, honestly, than what it is in the game. So we'll bring the stiffness up to 2600. And you guys can notice that I'm not even changing anything as far as this goes. And actually, I need to go, or as far as upgrading it goes. Now, my front end, I did put the coilovers in the front. So this is the setup that it would have in MudRunner. And we'll go to the suspension in the front. Like, I'm not upgrading it. I'm just pulling everything up. So it's a little easier that way. 'Cause the rear's at 2600 and the front's at 2200, which will be good. Travel wise, it really needs to come down actually. Cause like even the stock in Offroad Outlaws is a little higher than what like mine is. Like this is pretty much perfect, other than the tires need to come down a little bit in size. The axle width is fine. I'll widen out the rear just to make it closer to the front width. Because the front with the solid axle pros are actually a little wider. Excuse me. So right about there is good. Right there is good. Stiffness, obviously. I'm not changing the spring brackets. The mount height, however, I am going to bring the mount height up just a little bit. Upgraded it just once for that. Actually, no, it needs to be a little higher. Yeah, right about there is good for how I have my mounts in MudRunner comparatively. This is pretty much the closest we can go to it as far as the suspension goes. Wheels and tires, my rim radius is actually a little bigger. Wheel radius really doesn't even need to come down too much. Yeah, right at the very, very bottom of 1.0 will be good for the wheel radius wise. And then the rim size, like, I have a little bit bigger bead locks on it in game, so that's about right. Actually, might need to come up a little bit more now that I lowered the tire size a tiny bit. So yeah, we'll get that set up. I'm actually waiting for the MudRunner editor to open right this moment, just so that I can like drop my vehicle in there and show you guys and everything like that. So give me a moment and I'll show you guys that. Alright guys, I got the editor open. Close that. Where is... Don't mind the fact that I have a lot of mods. There's the Wagoneer stockish. Open up the classes for it. You guys will see this. I'll make this a lot bigger. I'm gonna close out these once it loads. It takes a second. Alright, there we go guys. Got it all loaded up. As you can see, I do have to bring it a little bit higher up. Wheel size actually needs to come down a tiny bit more as well. So we'll bring it back up to 2.9. Yeah, 2.9 seems good. So it'll be like 3.1. Or no, 3 in the rear. Just to... No, actually, yeah, 2.9 works. Okay. And then the wheel radius actually needs to come down a tiny bit. Like, yeah. I mean, you can see a difference. Like, this is like a high poly model and stuff like that, so. Compared to their little lower poly model. Yeah, tire's a little bit smaller and it'll be perfect, guys. So we'll just bring it all the way down on that. Yeah. Alright guys, we're back over here now. I know we've honestly taken quite some time in building up this vehicle to be like my MudRunner one, but it's definitely worth it. It's kind of cool. Somebody had suggested I do something like this in the comments of one of my videos, because they were like, or it was a live stream maybe, I don't remember, but they were like, you should try to recreate, you know, your MudRunner vehicles in Offroad Outlaws. And I'm like, I thought about it and I was like, yeah, I probably could do that with a couple different vehicles, you know. I mean, mainly this one works because I have a Wagoneer, they have a Wagoneer. Only difference is poly count, really. Like, theirs is a low poly Wagoneer, mine's a high poly Wagoneer. Because for mobile games, you have to have a lower poly model. I also need to make my gray a little lighter because I forgot what when I did all my baking on the textures for it, I actually made it a little bit lighter of a color than what I had previously had. But there we go. So we'll go take it out to a nice little map and have some fun in it. Oh wait, I almost forgot about my gears. Almost forgot about the gear tuning, guys, and my dyno run. So for really on the gears, like, I just want to have my crawler gear, and then we'll do that because we're not really ever gonna get the same gear ratios because I can, you know, I also have a high gear in MudRunner and things like that. Like, might as well just kind of just build a new tune, build a new little decent tune for it. That works. That should be good. As well as we'll go ahead and perfect dyno it just to give it that added horsepower. And I need to get more gold. Alright, just so you guys know, we're going out to Stock Truck Challenge. Because I feel like that'll be a good place for it. Because this is kind of a stockish build. I mean, granted, like, it's fully upgraded as far as engine upgrades and stuff like that goes, but it's still basically a stock-ish build, because even in MudRunner it's a stockish build, just with an LS swap, so makes sense. Alright guys, I'm just gonna skip these rocks. Like, I really hate this first little rock section, just because, like, I mean, I forgot a freaking repair pack. I forgot a repair pack on this vehicle. Oh well, we'll just not wreck up the little Wagoneer. We'll do our best not to wreck it up anyways, because you guys know me and driving. We're probably gonna run into some stuff, especially with this little build. Because I definitely want to put it to the test in Offroad Outlaws. Make sure it feels like the same one that I built in MudRunner. Because it's kind of a cool little thing to backwardize it, really. Because, I mean, I made the Wagoneer, and then, you know, I threw the Offroad Outlaws logo on the back of it just for the fact that, you know, like, Offroad Outlaws has it. I love Offroad Outlaws. This game's freaking awesome to play. Especially for being a mobile game. Yeehaw. Apparently, this is just closed off. That's okay. We're going to do some jankness. Hit a jump. Oh! Dude, that thing worked perfectly. Wow, that was awesome. That was an awesome jump. Like, we even landed perfectly on it. I actually might need to stiffen up my front suspension more on this build. Because I always forget that, like, there really is a big difference between the leaf springs and the coilovers in Offroad Outlaws. And honestly, my front end looks like it's dipping, oh god, dipping too much more than it should. And I also kind of want to turn off air controls for this. So I will go do that real quick, guys. Alright guys, so the only changes I did, I just took the stiffness, brought it all the way up to 2900 on the front, and I think that'll be perfect for the game. So we'll go back out to Stock Truck Challenge and continue our little fun. Alright guys, we're back out here. I kind of drove a little bit and brought it over here to take a thumbnail. I think the thumbnail probably will look pretty cool, so if you guys are still watching right now, like, go like, tell me in the comments what you guys think of my thumbnail. Like, is it cool? Figure comparing the two vehicles is a good way to start it out. Why is it not wanting to go through the mud? This thing has a lot of get up and go, though, with this freaking motor in it. Oh, there we go. Okay, my front end is, like, diving into the mud, weirdly, at the start there. It's a little odd. I mean, it was definitely a little weird. But it seems to be doing okay now, just plowing through the mud. And then it hits these, like, spots where it's, like, really, really not thick mud. It just shoots out of there. That's insane. I think I did a pretty good job of tuning this, though. It actually has, like, it literally just would burn rubber if Offroad Outlaws burned rubber properly. There you go. This thing just wants to go. All power, all the time. There we go. Woo! Oh yeah, it's fucking cool. We're just gonna send it down this. Hope for the best. Oh yeah. Woo! Dude, this thing's fucking awesome. It's just bouncing like crazy over this, just perfectly. Alright. Yeehaw! Oh god. No air controls either. I did turn those off like I said I wanted to. Just to kind of like send it and let it bomb over hills, really. God. Don't tell me when I'm stuck in this hole. That's so not real. That's not legit at all. And I don't even have a winch on here. Like, I didn't put a winch because... like, I just didn't put a winch. Now I'm burning rubber. Like, that's insane. That's sad. Alright, so I kind of cheated a little bit in the course, and now I'm somewhere else on the course with a dead vehicle. But it is fully upgraded, so even dead, it's going to have a good amount of speed. So we might just deal with it, drive a little bit, see where we're going to go. I don't know if I'm going the right way or the wrong way on this, but it bombs over these hills, dude. Hell yeah. Woo. It bombs over it all. Look, there's my view. Turn. Oh, I should have clicked off my diffs. Woo! I'll leave the rear ones locked. Yeah, even like with no damage left to take, like this thing is bombing. Oh, and we're out of the course. Oh no, we're still on it. Cool. I thought we were gonna dip out of it for a minute there. Woo! Ooh, broke the bumper on a rock. I want to see how it does crawling over some rocks. It's not doing too bad. As long as you, if I change it to free cam, I'll probably do a little better. That way I can see where my front end's going. And it has a good amount of flex, too, in the front and the rear. So it definitely is working out pretty nicely there. Oh yeah. Ooh. Turn. There we go. Yeah, it's got a lot of travel in the suspension for being what it is. This is probably one of the best Offroad Outlaws builds I've done, just because I based it entirely off a build I did for MudRunner. Which was based on... which I wanted to drive. I mean, I wanted to drive the Wagoneer because it was a Wagoneer. I did the wood paneling and everything because, you know, like, I don't know, like, I love the way the wood paneling looks, you know. I'm going to play so much Offroad Outlaws. It's like, yeah, Wagoneer time, baby. Woohoo! Drive one in MudRunner, drive one in Offroad Outlaws, drive one in Forza. You just drive Wagoneers in every game you want to play now. Almost. Well, actually, yeah, because there's an older Wagoneer on GTA, too. So you can go play some friggin' GTA on the PC with some mods. Hey, you can drive a Wagoneer on there, too. Every game gets a Wagoneer. And if it doesn't, well, then that game's boring. It needs a Wagoneer. Every game needs a Wagoneer. Oh, we are going backwards in the course, too. Yeah, so that's all good. I'm not really that hard felt about going backwards on the course either, like, because I didn't drive through it. You know, I just kind of skipped around. So yeah, it's definitely, I mean, this map seems kind of boring with like an upgraded vehicle, so like, yeah, it's a good reason for it to be a stock challenge map. But of course, it was definitely a good place to come because I know that like any climbs and stuff are going to be able to be made in this vehicle. Not like if we went to a throttle jockey map, we definitely would not have been able to crawl over anything there with this stock style build here. But nonetheless, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hopefully you guys enjoy the build. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. I never even really say any of that, but you know, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.